It's Dominique, and today I'm going to show you a neat little trick with your little stamp pads to help decorate what could be a very boring card and just jazz it up a little bit. So what I have here are some cardstock that I had cut out, and I used my friend's Big Shot, and I used an embossing frame. So with embossing, with the Sizzix ones anyway, it comes in a sort of folder, and when you open it up, you can see that there's the cutout stencil part and the embossing bumpy part. That matches, so when the paper goes in between and it's pressed firmly, then you get a shape formed on your paper. So this is going to be just get well card, I think. Now I could leave it like this and send it like a postcard, but what I think I'll do is I'll end up gluing it onto here. I already have a card folded up, nothing written in it yet though, and I took a strip of pattern paper and I glued that on there, and I'll glue that on. Now to get this kind of edge and the color there, I'll take another one and I'm going to do a different color. See if I can put my camera somewhere where everybody can see what I'm doing. I have the camera balanced on my lap on a box, so hopefully this will do. So I'm using Versacolor color number 22 Fresh Green, and I think I'm going to make my edge green. So I'm just going to take my stamp pad and lightly brush the edge. Of course, the more you brush it, the more vibrant the color will stand out. And you just want to do it lightly and build your color up, because you don't want to be in the position where you start a color too strong and that's not what your goal was. And you can get these little stamp pads in different shapes. So when you actually press down, if you were to press on a plain piece of paper, you just get a scrap piece of paper here out of my stash. So if you were to just press down on this piece of paper, you would get a sponge-like effect. Might be hard to see from here, but if you do it on your own paper, you'll see it kind of looks spongy, which is nice. It's a nice effect as well for card making or scrapbooking. But I'm just kind of brushing it on, and the messiness of it, like the bit of color that's along the parts that it's not really supposed to be on, it adds a kind of charm to it, which is nice. And it makes it unique. So for me, this is easier than painting. Less supplies required and less mess if you do it carefully enough. So you can see the green is starting to come out. Of course, you can do it in any color you want. There, I think that's okay. So always put your cover back on your ink pad when you're done, very important. And I'm going to go with, I thought I was going to use a bigger ink pad, but but I think I'll stick with a small one for now. Maybe next time I'll use my regular size ink pad and go along the edges. Instead of trying to do the center with a big one, I'll use my small one. And this is Versacolor in number 157 in Amethyst, which is a nice purple color. And same deal, I'm just going to press lightly to build color, and then I'll do more swiping motions. You don't want to press too hard because you don't want your whole card, the part that's not embossed, to be colored in. If a little bit gets colored in, it's not a big deal. And a tip a friend of mine had for me is when you're using a regular rubber stamp or acrylic stamp, instead of buying the big ink pads, she bought the smaller ones, which are generally cheaper, and then she would just press on her stamp with these little ink pads. And it's a great way to blend color as well. Oops, I might have overdid it there a little too much. That's okay, I can make another one. And this is a great exercise for little kids to do. Teaches them color, shape, applying pressure, layering, blending colors, lots of different things. So there you go. And that is how you can use your little stamp pads and little ink pads to decorate a card. Thank you so much for watching.